introduce yourselves and your position at the NBCC.
Okay, my name is Joyce Akpata. I'm the Director General of the NBCC.
My name is Dapo Adelegon. I'm the President and Chairman of Council of NBCC.
Tell us about the Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce and its activities, Mr. President.
The Nigerian-British Chamber of Commerce is the foremost bilateral chamber of commerce in the country, established 40 years ago, and its primary mandate is the development and growth of business between Nigeria and the United Kingdom. We're a corporate membership organization, and we're about 300 plus, divided into 4 categories of membership. There's the premium membership, which speaks to the high, large organizations. We have corporate plus, we have corporate and emerging, which is the SME. We operate through committees or trade groups, and we have a council, which is the biggest policy-making body of the chamber, and then there's an executive committee that has the president and the officials of the chamber. Our programs are monthly, weekly, and round the year, because our primary purpose and the job of the Secretariat is to add value to the opportunities for networking and business to business by members. And then 2 to 3 times every year, we go on a trade mission in the United Kingdom on a sector by sector basis, looking at capacity building, business expansion opportunities, and networking.
How is the Chamber working to strengthen partnerships between its members and their counterparts in the United Kingdom?
Well, we work very closely with the UKTI to help and assist SME businesses coming to Nigeria, provide them a pipeline of contact with our members in their sector and support them in those activities that will engender them to be able to do business in the country. On the converse, like I said, we go on trade missions to the UK, and that affords our members opportunity to interact with their British counterparts and establish opportunities where exist.
And what are the success rates?
We are 40 years old, so we've been doing it for 40 years. And if you look back at 2010, 5 years ago, the trade volume between Nigeria and Britain was about 4 or 5 billion pounds. Today, it's about 7-8 billion. And by 2020, we're looking at it should be about 15 billion pounds.
What are the challenges you face ensuring effective cooperation between them?
The major challenges we've been able to take note of are inconsistent government policies. The challenge of terrorism, you have Boko Haram, you have the militants, those are critical challenges that have been discouraging for companies seeking to come into Nigeria. Another challenge would be a poor image. People have a different view of what Nigeria is all about. The international media don't project the good sides. When you talk of Nigeria, what you see, it's not what you actually get when you come here. So that's been a bit discouraging for investors seeking to come into Nigeria.
So what are the measures that could mitigate these challenges?
Well, I think more consistency with government and political stability. Fortunately, in the past couple of years, we've been able to achieve some impressive results in that area. So where you have government policies that are more consistent and are more long-term focused, I think that would encourage a lot of businesses, because most business investments are not for the short term, but for longer term benefits. So I believe if government is more stable and more consistent, that would encourage businesses. I think if government also offers incentive to businesses coming into Nigeria, that would also encourage a lot of businesses to come in. I think something that's critical for operators within the private sector is also to make an attempt at creating a positive image of Nigeria to the outside world, which is why what Footprint Africa is doing is commendable, because you need to showcase the good sides of your country to be able to attract others to come in and see for themselves. From our interaction with a lot of British companies seeking to come into Nigeria, they are a bit risk averse, because of some of these issues I had mentioned earlier. But like I keep on telling a good number of them, it's the return on your investment is worth taking the risk for. So once you come, those that are bold enough to come, always go back smiling to the bank.
And how would you react if I say that 350 members in your database, in comparison with the number of companies in Nigeria, is very small?
Well, 300, I don't think that is small, because it's not about quantity, but more about quality. if you take a look at our membership base, you realize that the companies that matter are members of the chamber. Our membership cuts across different strata. You have the high-end multinational companies, you have the mid-sized growing companies, and you have the SMEs. You know, for a good number of those companies, the essential ones, and who would also understand the benefits of belonging to a business membership organization, are members of the NBCC.
Does the chamber have any affiliations or alliances with other foreign bodies who share the same vision?
We are members of the British Chamber of Commerce, which is a group of all British chambers of commerce across the globe. So we are able, for example, to give access to our members in any part of the world through the British Chamber movement. That is our primary source of penetration across the globe. Even though we're still going through our own process of accreditation, we already benefit from that linkage and that membership of a global network of chambers who are able to offer our members access to opportunities even beyond Britain, because they also are British chambers in Singapore, in all over the world. And there are 21 countries, including Nigeria, that have been selected also to be what I call outsourced agent for the British government in terms of assisting British businesses to come into those countries. Nigeria and our chamber is one of them. The modalities for that engagement is currently being worked out, but once it's concretized, we will operate what you can assume to be like a British business center in Lagos. That will be a one-stop shop. So our chamber sits within a structure that gives global access to our business and to our businesses, member businesses, as well as, global access to all those chambers who are looking at doing business in Nigeria. Yeah.
So what would you say to business owners in Nigeria who are not aware of the existence of the chamber and its activities, especially with regard to the role the chamber can play to promote their businesses home and abroad upon membership?
Well, with all modesty, I would say if there's any business that does not know about the existence of the NigerianBritish Chamber of Commerce, it's probably not in a position to be a member of the chamber. That is not to say that we are not interested in generating businesses to membership, but it's not the quantity that matters, it is the quality that matters. And the chamber recently took the decision to create trade groups across the spectrum of opportunities in the country: oil and gas, professional services, export, media and creative trade groups, SMEs, to allow our members, to play with even non-member organizations who will be members of that trade group. Part of the rule will be that if a non-member company joins the trade group within 6 months, they must become a member of the chamber. But at least it provides what I call a platform for the value chain in oil and gas and export in several sectors of our economy to have sectorized groups where there can be interaction, learning, capacity trading, business to business, and they will then also be able to interact with the opposite group in the United Kingdom in terms of capacity and organization. So through that platform, one of our objectives is also to generate quality membership. So a person may not join a chamber, but may join a trade group, oil and gas trade group, for example, because they can see that within that trade group will be the key members of the industry who are members, and they will want to be part of that because of the opportunity to network and opportunity to do business with them. And that can then be the traffic generator of membership. So in essence, yes, we advocate for members, but quality members and through the sectors. Yeah. So if there's there's really no business in Nigeria that is structured, that is not aware of the existence of the NigerianBritish Chamber of Commerce. So maybe they don't know how to join or what benefit they will derive. Our sectorization policy and process, which is ongoing, will afford such organizations to move close to the chamber for 6 months, participate, benefit, and then make a decision about the value of membership.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time today, guys.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.